Good morning. Tropical update for July 1st, 2010. It's first day of July. Happy July, everybody. Um, we saw Hurricane Alex making landfall last night, 947 millibars, 1 millibar away from the record from Hurricane Audrey back in 1957. So Alex will go down as the second strongest hurricane tropical system ever for June. So here we are now, Central Texas, moving its way west. It'll eventually dissipate up in this region here. The thing about Alex, it's going to go down as a flooding rain event. We're probably going to see, unfortunately, some deaths from this in Mexico, especially in this area right here around Monterey. They've had a lot of rain in here. This is one piece of energy is going to go west. The rest of this is going to get sucked up this way as a trough moves down. So there's going to be a lot of rain in this area, and this one's going to go down as a flooding event, no doubt about it. So prayers go out to those affected in Mexico, and let's hopefully they could come out of this okay. You could see southeast Texas rainfall starting to lessen up there. That's good news. We still have a tornado watch out for southeast Texas here. As some of these rain bands will continue to move in from the ocean, and this could spawn up some of those quick little tornadoes as they move ashore today. That event should lessen as the day goes along as well, but we're still going to get this southeasterly fetch here, so can't rule out a quick little spin up here as some of these cells move on shore. And here was the total rainfall amounts here from this storm. Well, not total, we're still going to get a little bit today, but pretty much the last 24 hours here, and you can see the main rainfall was right near the Brownsville area here, McAllen, Reynosa, this whole area in here picked up about 8 to 10 inches of rain. Some localized flooding. All in all, they fared pretty well with this. It could have been much worse if this storm moved farther north, so they pretty much dodged a big bullet. South Padre Island looks like they'll be open for business this weekend, and 4th of July is a big weekend for them, and it looks like everything's going to be okay there as well. So if you have plans to go down that way, go on down. They're going to be open for business, ready to go. Like I said, just some flooding in this area, but nothing catastrophic, which was good news. You can see as we move north, less rainfall amounts. Corpus Christi was about 2 to 4 inches of rain up in this area. Here's the bigger picture with the water vapor loop for most of the eastern and central U.S. Here is hurricane, now tropical storm Alex, continuing to move west. Some thoughts on the forecast of Alex here while I have a moment. I always like to kind of review what happened and how I did as a forecaster and what we could learn from this. Track, boy, that was good. I think even the National Hurricane Center, me personally, right on with that track. I mean, even when this was over the Yucatan, I kept thinking, boy, this is going to go to at least northeast Mexico, near Brownsville. That was my area the whole time. Just really thought that there was no way this was going to move north, especially the way we've had this big ridging over the southeast and northern Gulf Coast most of the early summer. So that was the good point. Intensity, on the other hand, we could see how that's still tough to forecast. It's funny, when this thing was over the Yucatan or just coming off it, I kept saying, boy, this has potential to be a major hurricane. We could see a Category 3, especially in this area here with that high heat content and warm waters, and looked like the upper high was going to be over it. It was looking good. Then as it came off the Yucatan, mixed in some drier air, which I definitely thought was going to happen, but didn't think it was going to affect it that much there for a while. Then it would kind of look like, this thing may never get itself together. So then I'm thinking, Category 1 probably, maybe a Category 2. And just think, we almost had a Category 3 hurricane just about, and a major hurricane. So you can see how intensity really plays with you, and it's still tough to forecast intensity. I mean, even the intensity models were still all over the place with that, and that's still going to be a tough one. It's still a tough one for me, and I want to get better at it. And I know the National Hurricane Center wants to get better at it, and it's still a tough one to forecast. But track forecasting is getting much better, so that's the good news. So at least we could tell you where it's going to go, but maybe not how strong it may be in the end. But so that's just some of the thoughts here. But anyway, as you see the big picture here, Another trough moving down from eastern Canada, and this front's going to make it all the way down into Florida, which is pretty unusual for the beginning of July. You can see a nice punch of dry air coming down. Nice relief from summer here in the eastern United States. We'll take this break. Even in northern Florida, we're going to get a little break this weekend, hopefully. And boy, that's great news, huh? But this is where we're going to have to watch. If anything does develop, now that we're moving on here, we're going to have an old frontal system right in here. Anytime you get an old front draped across this area here, you have to watch for something to spin up along it. Right now, the GFS and the Canadian model do show a little bit of something trying to develop along this front here in the next 3 or 4 days. So I would watch this front. Anytime you have a front laying down in this area this time of year, you must watch it for some kind of development. So we'll be watching that area. Nothing right now, but an area to watch. Upper level low here, not going to develop. Central Atlantic, big picture. One tropical wave here, nothing going to happen there. Another tropical wave here. Have to watch this one. This one looked a little better yesterday, but still something to watch as it moves eastward. Another big wave getting ready to move off of the coast of Africa, so it'll be another tropical wave to watch as it moves. Doesn't look that impressive right now, but just something to watch. None of the models developed this wave or that wave right now, but again, just keep a watch on those. And here's the no gaps model. Now this model's been predicting development here in the Western Caribbean sometime next week for the last couple days. So something to keep an eye on. Definitely favored area for development this time of year, and you can see it trying to develop an area of low pressure right in this area here. So again, an area to watch this time of year, just something to keep in the back of your mind for possible development. Here's the MJO forecast till about the middle of July, and as you see, green is upward motion. It's funny though, we had this is why the MJO is another thing. Everybody just falls in love with this, and it's funny because we've actually had Alex get stronger and blow up in actually downward motion. So what does that tell you? Anything's possible, right? But anyway, we have upward motion throughout most of the next week, first week of July, upward motion throughout most of the tropical Atlantic here, so that's good news. And then it looks like we'll have more downward motion as we move into the middle of July. But for what it's worth, there's the MJO. I'm not the biggest fan of this. A little bit. I mean, it does work in its favor for tropical development, but as you can see, we could still get a major hurricane in downward motion. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. So there we go. That's our tropical update for today. I will try to keep doing these. I mean, if it gets kind of slow here and we're not seeing much, I'd probably do these every other day. Still might put one out every day if I have time, but as long as nothing's going on, it might be an every other day event. Again, the model's really, the only thing that's really showing is maybe something along that front we'll have to watch in the next couple days, 3 to 4 days. And then the no gaps has that Western Caribbean possibly next week. But all in all, the tropics are fairly quiet today besides our tropical storm Alex. Everybody have a great day, and if I don't talk to you again, have a great holiday weekend, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.